No, he on IG. I've never professed. I've never professed that I was as great as Shaq. But what I will say,
yes, sir, I
got what I got because I worked my ass off. Now, yes, Shaq has been the one to say it. That he didn't work as hard, he didn't train as hard, he didn't eat as well as he should have.
Right.
Shaq is the one that anytime someone wins an MVP, he talks about how he should have been the MVP over Steve Nash.
Shannon Sharpe isn't holding back anymore. He's calling out Shaquille O'Neal loud and clear. And this isn't just about basketball, it's personal and messy. Word on the street is that Shaq hit Shannon with a shocking $50 million lawsuit. Right when Shannon was about to lock in a huge $100 million deal with ESPN, the timing looks shady, almost too perfect. People are saying this lawsuit didn't just happen out of nowhere, it dropped exactly when Shannon was leveling up and then boom.
Shaq might have blindsided Shannon with a wild $50 million lawsuit right when Shannon was about to bag a life-changing $100 million deal with ESPN. Suspicious? Man, that timing smells rotten.
Out of nowhere, he backs out of the deal. That's no accident, it's planned. Looks like Shaq has been quietly setting up a slow revenge move, waiting for the right time to strike. Their beef has been going on for years, but now it seems like Shaq is running things behind the scenes instead of on the court, and it gets even messier where it is. A leaked audio is spreading around. In it, Shaq is supposedly asking people for dirt on Shannon, digging deep to bring up old secrets Shannon thought were gone for good, and now the rumors are spreading.
Love you.
All right, I'm also paying information. You know where Kenny the Jet Smith at?
Yes, I got Kenny too. I know exactly where he's at.
Okay, now this one right here gets you going to I'm gonna get some motherfucking big dollars. Do you know where Ernie Johnson is at?
Ooh, let me work on that one right quick. That's a tough one.
Alright, and remember, I'm paying top dollar for all that information. Love you, boy. Hey, don't tell nobody.
Alright, one.
Alright, go.
People say he might have found something so bad it could turn Shannon's whole life upside down. But hold on, because it doesn't stop there. This lawsuit points back to a woman named Gabriela Zika, but insiders say she wasn't even the first. Supposedly, there was another setup before her, and when you trace it back, guess whose name shows up? Shaq's. Now it's starting to look less like a random situation and more like a trap that Shannon walked right into. And now, proof and receipts are popping up everywhere, and they don't make Shannon look good. Here's where things really heat up. In early 2022, Matt Barnes was just chilling, keeping his name alive in the sports world. Then out of nowhere, an audio clip dropped like a bomb. And whose voice was it? People say it was Matt Barnes, claiming Shaq was ready to spend big money just to dig up dirt on Shannon Sharpe. And this wasn't small cash, this was serious, under-the-table money. The type that makes people keep quiet. Nobody knows for sure where the clip came from. Some say it was a leaked private talk, others think it slipped out on a podcast or maybe a hot mic. But one thing's clear, that voice sounded just like Matt Barnes, and what he said hit hard. He didn't make it sound like Shaq was mad over a little MVP argument, no. He made it sound like Shaq was ready to go dirty and drag Shannon's name through the mud. At all costs. And if you look at the timeline, it all lines up. Remember when the MVP drama with Nikola Jokic blew up? Shannon hinted that Shaq's reaction seemed jealous, and Shaq, he definitely didn't let that slide.
Alright, and remember, I'm paying top dollar for all that information. Love you, boy. Hey, don't tell nobody.
Alright, one.
Alright, go.
Instead of arguing on social media like everyone else, Shaq played it smart and quiet. Moving like a billionaire, things got shady after that MVP drama. Suddenly, Shaq and Shannon stopped talking online, no more slick comments and interviews. Nothing. Fans thought the beef was over, but not really. Behind the scenes, people say Shaq was planning, he was gathering info, digging for dirt, and waiting for the perfect chance to hit Shannon where it hurt. And the timing, crazy. Shannon was blowing up, new podcast deals, big TV spots, and that huge $100 million ESPN offer. So Shaq stayed in the shadows, no noise, just silent pressure, waiting for the right moment. But then things took a turn, messy. Now, are you sure Shaq had nothing to do with this?
He came out with a diss track, and I heard your response to it, but his was more, there's another situation. The passion of whatever, and I believe you caught it straight, because I don't think you was, in essence, talking about it more so than Gilbert. You did, and then it spun to that. Have you guys talked?
We haven't. Shaq feels the way he feels, and he's perfectly fine to feel that way. I said what I said. I still think Shaq is a phenomenal basketball player, even though, you know, he minimized my career. I'm fine.
Now let's talk about this viral TMZ clip. This isn't just some random video. It shows Shannon Sharpe getting a little too close with a fan at an event. Everyone already knows Shannon is a smooth talker, full of charm, always laughing and showing love, especially toward women. And yeah, people have noticed he usually flirts with white women, so that part isn't shocking. But this video feels different. It looks too perfect, almost staged. Shannon is leaning in, smiling, totally relaxed, and then boom, the internet grabs it. Rumors start spreading, and suddenly Shannon's caught up in drama. Here's the twist. The same woman in that TMZ clip? Her name pops up in a $50 million lawsuit against Shannon. Tell me that doesn't look like a setup. TMZ doesn't just magically appear with cameras ready. Somebody called them, somebody set that up. Somebody wanted this out there, and if it was bait, Shannon walked right into it just by being himself. That short, harmless moment on camera might have been all it took for Shaq to push things harder behind the scenes. Now here's the breakdown. The woman at the center is Gabriella Zika. She's suing Shannon for $50 million, and leading her case? None other than powerhouse lawyer Tony Busby. The same guy who took on Deshaun Watson in that huge scandal and even battled Jay-Z. Busby doesn't chase fame, he goes after reputations. So what's Gabriella claiming? That Shannon forced himself on her, physically hurt her, and messed with her mentally and emotionally. She says the trauma and damage she's carrying are serious.
Now what you think about that?
I'm looking for a sinner. I'm looking for a sinner. Send me Miss Nasty B. What her name was? The one that you
Miss Nasty B?
Umbrella?
Nasty?
Yeah, I'm looking for. I don't want nobody walking straight and narrow.
Oh, come on.
Nah,
so,
I want a sinner.
Listen, I thought we is
TMZ just dropped a viral clip, and it's not just some random video. This one shows Shannon Sharpe looking real close and friendly with a fan at an event. Everyone knows Shannon has that smooth charm. He's funny, outgoing, always showing love, especially to women. People have even noticed he often hangs around white women. So that part isn't new, but this video, it looked too perfect, almost staged. Shannon's leaning in, smiling, relaxed, then boom, the internet runs with it. Rumors start, people start asking questions, and suddenly Shannon's in the middle of drama. Here's the shocking twist. That same woman in the TMZ clip is also tied to a $50 million lawsuit against him. Now that looks like a setup. TMZ doesn't just randomly show up with cameras. Someone had to plan that shot, make that call, and push that video out. If it was bait, Shannon fell right into it by just being himself. And here's where it gets serious. The woman is Gabriella Zika, and she's suing Shannon Sharpe for $50 million. Leading her case is none other than Tony Busby, the tough lawyer who took on Deshaun Watson and even battled Jay-Z before. When Busby's involved, it's not for attention, it's to destroy reputations. So what's Gabriella accusing Shannon of? She claims he forced himself on her, hurt her physically, and manipulated her emotionally and mentally. She says the trauma and stress from it have been extreme.
Oh my God. You ever was a Diddy party?
No,
Never?
I ain't never been invited. I ain't that big. I mean, maybe if I was in the position that I'm in now, but back then, no. I don't get invited to no parties, bro. Plus, I'm a homebody.
Do you like partying or no? Nah, yeah. I feel
I just like me to myself, man.
I feel that, I feel that.
Listen, these aren't small claims. This is serious, and it only got worse. Word is, Busby has audio recordings that back Gabriella's story. Once that leaked, the internet went crazy. Shannon didn't hide. He clapped back right away, demanding the full 10-minute tape be played, not just little clips. That move showed confidence, like he knew the full recording would change everything. He said Gabriella agreed to everything and that the media is cutting clips to make him look bad. But then things turned darker. People started digging, and wild receipts popped up. Leaked texts and screenshots that showed Shannon and Gabriella in some disturbing roleplay chats. And it wasn't just normal freaky talk. These texts hinted at extreme stuff, including something called raceplay. If you don't know what that is, trust me, don't Google it. It's ugly, but to be real, Shannon hasn't exactly been shy about his wild side. Back in 2023, on his Nightcap podcast with Chad Ochocinco, they talked about actress Yvonne Orji, who's open about saving herself for marriage. Chad joked she'd be a good match for Shannon. Shannon laughed and said, "Nah, I'm looking for a sinner," then named adult star Miss B Nasty. He made it clear he doesn't want a church girl, he wants someone wild. So when Gabriella's Lawsuit dropped. Can we really say this came out of nowhere? Not really. He's been open about his lifestyle for years, from flirty comments to wild jokes, he never hid it. And here's the twist, Gabriella might not even be the first. Another name is floating around, Michelle Evans. Back in 2023, she filed her own lawsuit against Shannon in New York, nearly 2 years before Gabriella. Michelle claims she was with him for almost 10 years, and after he cheated, things got ugly. She accused him of forcing himself on her after a fight, even saying he told her, "I'll make it so no other man will want you." Michelle's case didn't get much attention at the time, but now people are looking back and saying the stories feel way too similar. She accused him of threats, control, and emotional damage. When she went public, people dragged her online, called her a liar, and tried to erase her story. Shannon denied everything, just like he's denying Gabriella's claims now, but let's be real. One accusation you might ignore to makes you question things. 3. That starts to look like a pattern, and now whispers are linking all this to those infamous Diddy parties. Shannon said he never went to them. But when you line up the lawsuits, leaked texts, and controlling behavior, the vibes look too similar. We're talking manipulation, threats, and power games. Even Shaq's name has been brought up. People noticed how quiet he got when certain private convos were mentioned, even walking off stage once instead of commenting. He didn't call Shannon out directly, but the vibe was like, "I know people who live that life but hide behind a clean image." Shannon, meanwhile, always branded himself as a wise family man type, quoting the Bible, giving motivational talks, but these lawsuits are tearing that image apart. His reputation is sinking, his podcast is struggling, his TV career looks shaky, and brand deals are fading, and the more he defends himself, the worse it gets. Every time he responds, more leaks drop, more texts, more recordings, more drama. It's like the mess multiplies. Meanwhile, Shaq's chilling, joking online, and acting unbothered. So here's the real question, is Shannon really being set up? Or is Shaq quietly pushing him under the bus? And most of all, can Shannon bounce back, or is this the end of everything he built? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications because this saga is far from over.